Thank you. Thank you, Unity Band, our summer version of the Unity Band. Welcome. Well, a good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Lansing. I'm Reverend Sharon Ketchum. It is such a pleasure to have you with us on this last Sunday of July. Mark your calendars. We're about heading into August. Where is this summer going? If you're with us for the first time, the coffee bar is open. The snack bar is open. Just feel free to help yourself. whenever you need something on that. Also, if you received, I see you got your little popcorn. Thank you for popping in. Yes, enjoy that. And hi to those of you that are joining us online. A special welcome to you. We have a couple pieces of business to start out with this morning. First of all, next week is our summer, I'm calling it a chillnic. That's like glamping instead of camping. It's a picnic that you do inside where it's air conditioned and the weather is always perfect. So anyway, it's kind of a potluck thing. So we got a potluck list here that I'm going to pass around. Here tonight, could you just take that and pass it around? Did that? Oh, pop up. Yeah, just pass that around to the tables. Let that go around. Also, the other piece of business is, this is the last Sunday of July, and August marks the month that the team leads for our hospitality team take off. That's their summer vacation. So if you like to have coffee and snacks here, there's a sign-up list over on the snack table. Coffee doesn't happen unless you make it happen. So consider that. I have no preferences one way or another because I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know it's very important to some of you, so feel free to partake in that for the month of August, and or if not, we have a wonderful drinking fountain here. See how that works. Okay. With that, our prayer team never takes a break. So if there's anything going on in your life, celebrations, concerns, fill out a little prayer slip over there or online. You can send me an email, revsharonketchum.com at Gmail, or also on our website, there's a link there that you can send in your prayer request. And our prayer team will hold you in confidential prayer for 30 days, and then we forward it to Silent Unity in Missouri for an additional 30 days of prayer. So no matter what is happening, you are not alone. Okay, let us affirm our mission statement together. Our mission is to be a spiritual community embracing positive transformation through prayer, education, and living the principles of unity and love. And of course, beyond our mission, we hold a greater vision where we see a world that is joyful and supportive, where it's centered in love and where spiritual transformation flourishes. This happens in a place where we honor and celebrate each other's individual spiritual journeys, no matter where they are on the journey or what journey they're on, including ourselves. So we like to affirm together, the enlightenment of the Buddha shines within us, the compassion of the Christ moves through us, the power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us, the presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. We're joined together now in a little song that we sponsored with Stowgood writing.
This is the baby song.
The baby song, our unity baby song. Yeah.
Yeah. Before the craziness begins, I breathe deep and go within. Here I am, an empty cup. I pray, God, please fill me up. Help me see your grand design.
That's certainly a perfect entrance into our prayer today. With everything that's been happening around the world with the climate. And there's really good news in major countries around the world where they're making legal restraints, boundaries on young children that are experiencing social media, where under 16 they cannot formulate their own account. So there's greater protection of the minds of our children and our future all over the world, followed by Australia, Greece, Spain. The United States is also starting to put some more restrictions on platforms like Instagram for the children. And climate change is really at the peak of our world right now. The floods, the fires, the drought, with utility bills raising, all of that is related to our environment that affects the weather. Gratefully, there's so many places like here that is adding a natural habitat, protecting the wildlife, and letting plant life flourish, because that's the key to turning around climate change. More groups are doing reforestation and wildlife sanctuaries. And also, again, we want to keep the Middle East, Ukraine, in our deepest prayers for peace and comfort for those people that are going through dementia, where they just lose their bearing in this world and are so confused. And so we pray for their personal comfort and ease. So if you'd like to bow your head with me, now we'll pray. Heavenly Father, Mother God within, we join in the consciousness of the awareness of our oneness, in the greatest love that we have for all of the children of this land, the animal children, baby trees, teeny flowers. We all are so grateful and have the gratitude of being blessed by this world. And as we go within deeply, we see the forest growing and thriving, wildlife enjoying the earth safely. We pray deeply for those that have physical challenges or a state of dis-ease. In those people, may they experience allness, feel their allness and their wholeness. Where there is drought, may the rains come abundantly and flow. Where there have been floods, the dry land emerges, and everyone is at peace. As we join our hearts, we know that the greatest gift that we give is our love and our joy. The seeds of peace we spread with every smile that we give wherever we go. For all of these things, we are so grateful, so grateful, so grateful. Thank you, God. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Luann. Okay, all adult youth this morning, youthful congregation, but nobody in the, oh, we do have sorry, I didn't see you over there. Okay, we'd love to sing her out. Was she like that? Well, okay. Well, if you'd like to come up here, and if not, that's fine, we can sing to you over there too, but this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Shine, let it shine, gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody,
Shine, got a great light over there, great big light. Okay. Well, how about a little conversation at the table? We're doing a summer road trip summer. So would you rather be hopelessly lost with a full tank of gas or know exactly where you are, but your fuel light's already on? Or if you're not, basically another take on that is, would you rather be lost in a beautiful place or exactly on time in a boring one? Some of us may have control issues, you see. So anyway, which would you rather?
Such a no-brainer. I mean, come on.
I go for being lost all the time. That's where the adventure happens.
Well, yeah, basically, if the fuel light ever comes on in my vehicle, first of all, it never, ever happens. Because it would be a nightmare for me to run out of fuel. I just can't stand the idea.
Okay.
So it would have to be full tank of gas, all the
hopelessly
wonder
lost.
or not lost, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I'd rather be lost in a beautiful place for sure, any
There's a
moment of
moment.
the day.
Yeah, we used to drive from Mississauga to Johnson City, New York,
Okay.
in our old Volvo, and I had it down that would take 1 tank of gas.
Okay.
But one night we were so close to home, and I chickened out 2 miles from home and had to go in and get fuel.
Oh boy.
And it took more than the 16 gallons. Like, we were on fumes.
You were so close.
I
oh
was-
my gosh.
oh.
Was the engine actually starting to cough and
Well,
sputter?
it was
or-
kind of,
better stop.
yeah.
But see, if you would have gotten home, you would have had to go get a can of gas or something anyway.
I know, but I would have proved my point that
No,
we could make it.
Now, I see how you are. So no, this was an easy one. Sometimes your questions are so thought-provoking. Like last week, I had no idea how I wanted to answer it. But this one, boy, this is a no-brainer for me.
Well, but some people would really rather know, they feel more in control of the situation. They know where they are.
Right.
Like, it's important to them.
Yep.
That's okay, too.
That's safety. And I'm not belittling anybody that
Yeah.
feels that way. But
No, it's
for
just-
me, I'm more into the adventure and the unknown and that kind of thing.
Well,
so.
I've had such great fun when I've been lost, or even when I moved to Lansing, I would purposely let myself get lost to try to figure out the city.
Yeah.
So I'd drive till I hopefully found one road that I recognized.
Yeah.
And then,
Then from
whether I
there,
drove
you
the
kind
right
of have
way
your
or not.
bearings. And
yeah,
well, we have a brand new opening song
we
today.
do.
So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
let's get going on this one. We have a brand new to us opening song today. This is recorded back
Yeah.
on Danny Namath's Sacred Love album.
Oh, yeah, one of his first books that came out.
So this is not a new song per se, but we've never done it before.
And it's so fitting for a summer road trip when we're out seeing all the scenery and
Yeah.
all that. So, yeah,
So let's do it.
I think you'll like it.
Oh yeah. Not quite yet. God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I am is you. Nice song. God, you are every sunshine. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, Everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. I like it.
Tyson is up. Because you are the thing, 42.
And now it is. So I love crossing genre because 40, this is Thing, right? And that's Dr. Seuss because I was in Seussical doing the sound, right? And then 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So I got those nice and crossed. All right. So I am Tyson Cowles, and I am also your platform assistant for today, as well as Thing 42. All right, so today, our daily word is forgive. And that's inspired by Paul's letter to the C-O-L-O, Colossians. Someone else. That was like, all right. So what they said is if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other, just as God has forgiven you. So you also must forgive. And forgiveness can be, it's as easy and as hard as you want it to be. Forgiveness is not always easy. We may resist letting go of the hurt or distress caused by someone's words or actions. Where did he go? Words. Oh, even so, we know that forgiveness makes space for peace to flow to and through us. We release what has been, realizing the past cannot be changed. As we do our inner work to forgive, we also forgive ourselves for hanging on to past hurts. With each step, we take in the direction of forgiveness and we open to love. Love flows to us as healing energy and compassion. As we forgive, we heal. Letting go, our hearts feel lighter and we feel ready to move forward. And when we forgive, we're doing it for ourselves. We don't forgive for someone else. We're doing it for ourselves. Now, they may see the benefits of our forgiveness, but we're not doing it for them. Whatever they may have done, when we forgive, we're doing it for ourselves, for our own peace, for our own love. And that's what we are responsible for, not them. Our spiritual nature of divine love and peace cannot be harmed by words or actions. We forgive and feel light and free. Let us affirm together. I find peace and freedom as I forgive. Marlene Matlin. All right, so during Disability Pride Month, we recognize the power of authentic voices to change hearts and minds. Marlene, oh, I love her. Yeah. Marlene Matlin, who became deaf at 18 months of age, made history by winning the Academy Award for Best Actress for her first film role. Throughout her career, she has championed greater representation and accessibility for deaf performers while helping audiences appreciate the richness of deaf culture. Her work reminds us that communication takes many forms and that every voice deserves to be heard. By embracing inclusion, we create communities where everyone's talents and stories can shine. Thank you, Marlene, for giving an active role to the deaf community. And can I get a show of hands? Who knows ASL here? Anyone? ASL. Yeah, well, one of those things. And you know it? Couple people?
Or know of it?
Know it. Can speak. Chris, awesome. Thank you, Chris. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And now it is my pleasure to invite Winalee.
I chose Gary Lynn Floyd's song, The Adventures. The lyrics so perfect with Sharon's series. Enjoy. You can never really know which way it's gonna go. Set your feet down on the road, facing the unknown. Staring through an open door, like you've never left the shore. Walk on through, there's so much more to find. All you ever need to bring, an open mind, a willing heart, a song that you were born to sing. Be a candle in the dark, one step is all it takes to start. To be the adventure you are. You are. You are. You are the adventure. You can carry all the weight of your past mistakes. But that's a heavy load to bear. Just pack what you can take. Standing on the precipice, oh, there must be more
And that was written by Gary Lloyd Floyd, who's a Lansing guy, right? He's a local boy. Well, he's a grown man now, but anyway. Okay, so we are well into our summer road trip series. I do like visual ones. I just love this cutout. I could see myself being in that car going down the highway. And because this week is about detours and stuff, our road has been a detour where I live for quite a while. And I was going to lift up one of the signs and stick it in the back of my car to bring it in to have a visual. It was a little too heavy for me to get into the back, so that just kind of went. But when we are driving, gosh, we know it around here about detours. I mean, summer seems to be, the other sport that kicks in summer is road work. And so everything seems to be under detour, whether it's the major highways or the local roads. We have detours in our life too. We have our life plan. We're going through living life, going through the journey, and then we get this detour. It could be, a medical diagnosis. It could be a relationship that changes, a relationship that breaks up, or somebody passes on, or a dear friend moves away. Job changes. Or how about dreams that shift? We've always had a certain dream, and all of a sudden something happens in our life that shifts it. Or we might have to move. Even if we're in the same town, moving where we live is just a huge thing. And then there's those crises when we have a faith crisis, when we really, all the stuff we believe and know so surely, all of a sudden this doubt kicks in and we're re-looking at everything we believe. So all of a sudden there's this huge detour, this huge shift. And somehow it's true, students. I know when I graduated from ministerial school, I thought because all of us as adults gave up our hometown and all that comfort to go away to school to make this change, that we would be immune from things for at least a couple years. In my ministerial class, somebody died every year for the next 10 years. And why was this fair? You have to make all these things. But just because you study truth doesn't mean you're immune to detours. But our spiritual truth does promise us that there's always another way forward. There's always an alternative plan. We were just maybe looking in the wrong direction. We're shifting and changing. So even though there's this block, so many times it's for our own good. So many times that is the blessing that we didn't do that and instead went down to this direction. So if we're on a road trip and you have a map and you have your GPS on your phone, which one knows the future? Well, neither of them, of course. Nobody knows. Neither of them help you with the future. But the key thing is for both of them, for them to work, they need to know where we are, right? So the map shows you where the roads are, which is really nice, but you need to know where you are on the map. And the GPS is just really brilliant because it keeps recalculating. But if I go on my computer and say, how do I get to Mackinac? It wants to know where I'm starting from, where you're starting from. So it's real important for us to know where we are when we are trying to find our way to someplace else. However, on our spiritual journey, Spirit has such a broader perspective. And Spirit, it seems, has this way of showing us, of guiding us, giving us the choice that there are different possibilities than we ever could have thought of in our own mind. Different possibilities than we could have imagined, that we ever thought. We just didn't think we were possible. Maybe we didn't even know about it. I remember when I went to college, I found out about careers I didn't even know existed. Your world broadens. So this is the way that Spirit speaks to us, that's so far beyond any of our man-made guides that we have for our journeys. One of the people that probably had the most detours of anyone that I've known is Joseph in the Bible. And if you haven't read the Bible, you've probably heard of Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Great musical and play. So Joseph, we're talking thousands of years ago. He was the youngest of a whole bunch of brothers, and he was Dad's favorite. And Dad gave him this beautiful coat, which made his brothers a little bit jealous. But anyway, he was very intuitive. And here's a list of, just a brief synopsis if you don't remember the story. When he was young, he started having these dreams, and he dreamt that these sheaves of wheat bowed down to him, some other dreams similar like that, and his brothers got it. He's trying to say, he's better than us, we're going to all bowing down to him. So they weren't real happy about this. So they decided they would steal him, kidnap him, and kill him. And then the killing went, and they decided, wait a minute, we can make some money on this. And so they sold him some traders passing through, and they sold him into slavery. So here is the favorite son of quite a wealthy herder, all of a sudden is a slave. So he gets into the new land, and he is hired or purchased, not hired, he is purchased to work for this one head honcho under the Pharaoh, and the wife thinks Joseph is pretty hot stuff. So she tries to seduce him, and he's a very upright man, and he tries to run away, and as he's running away, she grabs his cloak and pulls it off him. This is kind of like, what do you wear under kilts? What do you wear under bill? Anyway, so she is so insulted that he turned her down that she tells her husband that he tried to attack her. And here's the cloak to prove it, right? So he gets thrown into jail. And while he's in jail, he seems to be forgotten. So every time he takes a step forward, it's like always a step back. And while he's in jail, though, he stays very centered and very connected with this. He has this deeper sense of things. And he starts kind of telling fortunes, the future, giving very sage advice to his fellow prison inmates. And they seem to, and the guards too, and they come out. So all of a sudden, the Pharaoh's been having some strange dreams. And one of the guards remembers about Joseph's prowess and brings him to the Pharaoh, and as it turns out, he interprets the dreams. He saves Egypt from this huge famine by telling them to store up all their wares for 7 years, and then they bestow it out, they dole it out for 7 years so the country stays fed. So Joseph ends up being second in command to the Pharaoh. Wow, big change. And at the end of the story is this wonderful scene where his brothers and his father come looking for food because they're starving, and they don't know that this is the brother they sold into slavery. And when the brothers come up to him kind of begging for food, and Joseph says to them, "You intended it for harm, but God intended it for good." Famous line from that story. But can you imagine going through these trials and tribulations in your life? Every time something seems to be going good, you get knocked back down again. And in the end of the story, though, it says you intended it for harm, but God intended it for good. This is not to imply that when bad things happen to us, God made bad things happen to us, that there's not a guy in the sky causing us to say, oh, let's see how they fare through this, right? God never caused the suffering. God is a force, a principle. But in every point in time, Joseph got to decide how he was going to respond to it. Every point in time. He could have succumbed to that mistress of his slave owner. He could have made a big stink when she falsely accused him. He seemed to have this innate sense of being able to go with the flow that in the end certainly came up to his betterment. Think about it. His detours actually became his destiny, his destination, that he was meant to end up in this place because he saved the lives of so many people by being able to predict, to give advice on how to handle what was about to come. So life happens. You may have noticed that. Life does happen. It's not always the choice we would make, but we always get to choose how we respond to it. We always get to choose our consciousness. Always. There's nobody that could ever take that away from us. There has been so many stories of people in the most dire situations found a way to get their heads straight around it, to get their attitudes straight around it. Ernest Holmes from Religious Science says, every day, every moment, every second, there is a choice. And I know there have been times I felt like I didn't have any choice, but I always did. Always did. So do you. We always have the choice on how we respond to it in the moment. So here's a little interesting thing I picked up this week. Do you like trivia? Which was invented first, the clock or the compass? Compass. Compass was invented first. Now, I think this is really important because it tells us that knowing where we are is more important than how long. Knowing where we are is more important than how long. So it's not like the time thing is like, when will this be over? When will I get there? When will this end? When will this happen? That doesn't mean anything. It's only now anyway. What's really important is who am I becoming? Where am I heading? What are my intentions? What is this growing within me? What direction am I headed in my life? Not how long, but the direction. And there are so many roadblocks for good, just like Joseph that we read about in different stories. In the New Testament, The Apostle Paul did a lot of traveling. He had these mission trips that he went all over. And I'm thinking, like, I just put this map up there because think about there in the Mediterranean Sea, and this is back in the 1st century. So they're traveling by wooden vessels. And he made 3 major trips that we know of. But this one trip, he's out with a couple of the other guys. They're out there preaching, and they feel they need to go to Asia to preach. This is where they're heading. So they leave Palestine down there, and they take a boat across. They start heading east over to Asia. And every time they do, something happens to stop them. And they switch direction a little bit more, and they get stopped again. And a third time they get stopped. And finally at night, one night, Paul has this vision that he sees a man in Macedonia, which is over like towards Greece, saying, "Help me, come and tell us, we need to hear what you have to say, come and help me." So he said to Silas and Timothy and Luke, he says, "We need to go west instead of east. We need to start heading this other way," and they head over to Greece. Basically, they take Christianity to Europe. Because of that decision, because of that detour, Paul changed the history of the world. Think about it. If he hadn't gone there, Christianity wouldn't have been planted in Europe. We wouldn't have the Vatican in Italy. Who knows what it would look like if he had ended up over in Asia? I mean, we just have no idea. But what seemed like absolute failure, they thought so sure they were supposed to go to Asia, and they end up in Europe and change the history of the world. Woo! So we have those same kind of things. We have those same kind of detours in our life, these roadblocks that seem disastrous at the time, but in the end, it worked out so well. The house we bid on and didn't get, and then we end up with a house. Oh, this is just so much better. Or the jobs we didn't get, the relationships that broke. I mean, none of us are in a relationship now that didn't get there because we had a broken relationship before then. I don't think anybody in this room married their very first love at 1st grade, right? Whenever that was, whatever that first crush was. So, the detours may be painful. The roadblocks are painful, but they're not pointless. They are not pointless. They really give us a direction. They really impact our compass, if you will. Here's another one that I love. Spencer Silver, back in '68, was looking to have a very strong adhesive, kind of like the Gorilla adhesive we have today. He accidentally discovered something that was very weak, and it would stick, but you could pull it right off again. And one of his co-workers, Arthur Fry, a couple years later, was looking at this, and Arthur, when he was in church, he was one that when he went, he got the hymnal. They used to post the pages up in the front, what page the hymns are going to be if you went to a Protestant church. And he would like to put bookmarks in them, but getting up and down and stuff, the bookmarks would fall off. And he thought, this sticky stuff would be great. I could put the bookmarks, they would stick in my hymnal, and they wouldn't fall out. And then I could pull it out, and there's no damage. Brilliant. Okay, so he starts using this. Finally, the wheels turn, right? In 1980, they have what's called the Boise Blitz. Now, Boise, Idaho, they made up these little Post-it notes with the sticky stuff on it, and they gave it to all these businesses. And every business, once they used them, couldn't live without them. It was just amazing until finally in 1993, it was patented as Post-it notes, which is one of the most successful products that have ever been invented. I mean, I'm sure we all have one in the junk drawer at home. I know I have several on my desk here at the office. They are just so handy. But he failed. He could not find the super adhesive he wanted. He found something that stuck but didn't stay. And oh my goodness, look what happened to that. Isn't that just time and time again, the roadblocks, from a detour to a discovery, right? From a detour to our destination. Whatever it is, it's just trying to get us in that direction. It's really going to fulfill us. And of course, probably one of the most famous stories back in the Old Testament is the whole journey of the Jews to the Promised Land, escaping bondage in Egypt, and they're going to the Promised Land. And if you've ever looked on a map, you know, when I was told the story as a kid, I just visioned it must have been miles over terrains and deserts and mountains. It was actually only a couple weeks' journey. And it took them 40 years. What happens? 40 years, metaphysically, we go as long as it needs, as long as it takes. 40 years is just kind of one of those numbers. But what took them so long to finally get to their destination, to their promised land? Well, during this, it's like, when something bad happens, you go, where's God in the situation? God is never lost. Divine mind is never lost. But in the wilderness, these people who had lived for generations enslaved learned how to be free people. Think about this hundreds and thousands of people, mentality of slaves, all of a sudden find freedom. What do? Who tells you what to do? So they needed to develop skills. So that time in the desert allowed them to really embrace and become free people, to become what they needed to be to make the most of their destination. Not unlike us here at Unity. I mean, our story, time and time, it is so rich, the story of the evolution of this community. We started searching for a new home. There was 2 versions of the churches going to merge together. And the one on Marshall Street had sold their building looking for a new home, and the 2 churches merged. And finally, in 2017, we decided, I think now it was over 72 places you guys look for. 70 in Lansing, 72 different places, nothing worked. We decided to go ahead and expand where we were. Maybe that's what it's telling us. Every place we went was like a roadblock. No, that's not enough parking, not enough room. There was always reasons. And it seemed like this roadblock. So once we decided we were going to expand our current facility to be what we needed and make it accessible, because that was a big thing. It wasn't accessible to everybody. We were going to put in an elevator, and we had a fundraiser for it. And within 6 weeks, we raised all the money we needed for this elevator. And then we needed to have a more professional elevator because of city zoning bylaws. And then we were getting ready to... And we raised the additional funds for that too. And we're getting ready to break ground to build this addition to it. And there was a big, beautiful tree that nobody wanted to kill. And then somebody offered to actually move it. Laura Bruder did, and they planted it on her home. This big shovel came in and took this tree and moved it. And we had a groundbreaking ceremony and took some shovels. And then every time they were supposed to dig the hole, something would happen, like it rained. And then it got too late in the season, and it would have frozen. They couldn't have laid the cement. We kept getting these delays until finally we had this miraculous visit by Archangel Michael. I say Archangel because it was an electrical arc that decided to burn the church down. And you look back and you go, oh, so that's why it never went any farther, because we weren't going to build here. Look what happened. And then on top of it, if that wasn't enough, if we still didn't get it, that this is a detour and you got to do some work, then there's a worldwide pandemic, right? Think about it. Can you feel what this is like? Looking back, wall after wall after wall. But if I look back now, I could say it took us 4 years to be free from the past. There being 2 separate churches, different leaderships, different ideas about things. It took us 4 years to get from being separate churches, working as one community, and also to get into our heads that church doesn't have to look like a traditional church building. Because up to that time, we kept comparing it to going back to a church building, whatever that meant to us, with pews and stuff. And if we had tried to move here 4 years before, we would have looked at this and go, oh, but this doesn't look like a church. We couldn't do this, right? It was a detour that allowed us to become the people we needed to be to go into our future. Whoa. Perfect. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Good job. So embracing the detour. James Baldwin says, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And that was like when we hit the wall about trying to rebuild at the old property, when we could not afford it. And we finally hit that wall and said, I give. That was when this place came on the horizon for us to view. So if you ever are stuck in your life, just remember this community you're a part of, you went through it too. We all went through it. We all have the strength and the wisdom to go through it. So the detour is not always going around the obstacle. Sometimes it's learning to work through it, to dig through it. Like sometimes avoiding the pain keeps the obstacle there longer, really extends the detour. And if you go, well, I don't know about that, think about those difficult conversations you need to have with a best friend or a relative, and you keep putting it off. You're going to see them I'm going to do it Monday. We're going to see them for lunch. You get to lunch, and oh, they're in such a good mood today. I really hate to bring this up. So you put it off for again. Now it's getting bigger and bigger. By the time you finally, the pain is huge by that point. It seems overwhelming. So you stop even seeing the person because it's just too hard to deal with. So sometimes it's best to go right through, take all that pain. So here's some spiritual tools just to kind of help you navigate through when you feel like that block is just insurpassable, insurmountable. It's improve. And just going to give you a quick one here. First is imagery. Imagine yourself on the other side of it. You don't have to know how. Just see yourself on the other side. See yourself in a new place. A new place in consciousness, a new place for your work environment, a new place, space with your family, whatever that situation is. And then ask, what am I getting out of this situation? What's it teaching me? Why am I needing to struggle right now? What am I learning? What am I being prepared for so that when I get to the place where I really want to be, that I'm ready for it? I'm one of those freed people. Prayer or a spiritual practice is certainly key to any of this. Whenever we want our mind to be able to grow and to morph, to really connect with that divine presence, whatever we want to call that divinity within us. Relaxing, unclench. Our tenseness is of mind and body. And if we can get our body relaxed, our mind will relax too. Same way if we can get our mind to relax, we can get our body to relax. And we're much more pliable when we're relaxed. O is for the one thing. You don't have to worry about next month. You don't have to worry about having all the answers, just today's step. If you can't think of a step today, do one thing that is kind or one thing that is loving. It doesn't have to be consciously in the direction of how you're getting through that detour. It's just a movement of a greater consciousness. Remember, it's always about consciousness. And every now and then take a little vacation, even a 5-minute break from what you're dealing with. If you're mulling on a problem 24/7, you're going to get stuck in the mulling rut over and over and over again. So, give yourself a break. Go outside and sing to the birds or something. They love it, believe me. And finally, encouragement. Now, certainly it's lovely to talk to a friend, but even more important is to talk to yourself. And talk kindly to yourself. Say nice things to yourself. Support yourself. You're brilliant and you're connected and you can do this. And you don't have to have all the answers, just what you need to know for this moment, this day, this step that you're taking. And of all of these changes, none of these changes changes the road or the obstacle. They don't fix things, but what they do change is us as the traveler in our life. We are running really late today, so I'm going to save the road to Emus till next week because it's a really good story on that. Just leave you with a couple of detour travel tips. Fillmore said, man is never without the guiding presence of infinite mind. So we're never without this access to the wisdom, to the brilliance. And more recently, Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And finally, don't go through life, grow through life. Mr. Eric Butterworth on that. With that, we're going to take a little time to affirm and go into meditation. Let's affirm together. I do not fear the unexpected road. I trust the wisdom that sees farther than I can. Every choice becomes an opportunity for love. Every detour can become a discovery. Every discovery brings me closer to the truth of who I am. Spirit within me is my true compass. I trust the journey and I welcome the road ahead. Join with us. Take it away, Greg.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby and child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child.
I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And allow your focus of attention to turn within. Turn within to that great spiritual journey that we are each on. Each of our journeys uniquely individual. And at the same time, echoing the twists and turns of this human experience. As we visualize ourselves on this journey, we see the sun coming up over the horizon, a gentle mist from the morning fog lifting off the road. When up ahead we notice that orange sign, that detour sign, that warning that things are about to change. Whatever that detour is in our life in this moment, we look at it without judgment, but with curiosity. Not as a timed experience with an expiration date, but as a recalculation or a redirection in our life. We are the observers, the curious, but most of all, we are the adventurer. We are non-resistant as we move forward, knowing that we are not lost. We are guided. And we stay open and curious as to what this moment has come to teach us, invited us to learn or to explore. Knowing that no matter what is unfolding right now, that as long as God is first in our life, as we travel with Spirit, there is no moment wasted. Every experience is that much richer, that much fulfilling, that much more genuine as we travel this road called life. And so bravely we move forward, making the unknown known, making the road ours. And so it is. Amen.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment of the day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery,
there may be roadblocks on my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that kept me down.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, spiritual practice for the week. See if we can evolve from God, please change the destination, to Spirit, walk with me one more mile. I'm going to invite Winalee to walk with us. Let us know that we are not lost. We are just exploring.
Our dear friend Janice Stanfield.
Yay.
Yeah, not lost, I'm exploring. I know there are many of you in here that know it. Feel free to sing along, join in. If I could look down on this path I've walked somewhere way up high, I could see the crooked road that I have come. I've walked a mile with sorrow, and I've walked a mile with joy, and now I'm less afraid of either one. For every tear I've cried, there's a smile that I have earned. For every mile I've walked, there's a lesson I've learned. I'm not lost, I am exploring. Life is an adventure worth enjoying. Though I may not know where I'm going, I am not lost, I am exploring. I am not lost, I am exploring. Some people choose to live their lives on quiet avenues, while others find a place in the parade. Some, like me, are seekers. We take less traveled roads, believing we could find a better way. And though I get discouraged, I won't be turning back. I have joy as my compass and faith as my map. Sing with me. I'm not lost, I am exploring. Life is an adventure worth enjoying. Though I may not know where I'm going, I am not lost, I am exploring. I am not lost, I am exploring. All of us are heading for the same destination, so why not blaze a trail that's got imagination? I'm not lost, I am exploring. Life is an adventure worth enjoying. Though I may not know where I'm going, I am not lost, I am exploring. No, I am not lost, I am exploring. I am not lost, I am exploring. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Unity Band.
Wow. Thank you. I've never been lost in my life then.
The great explorer.
I'm always exploring. Thank you, Winalee. That was awesome. All right, let us create a sacred circle of generosity by acknowledging and sharing of the blessings we have received. Giving is not a debt we owe, but a seed we sow. Are these in the right order? I think these are backwards. Let me start over. So our circle of, right? I don't know. I'll just keep going. You can place, this is right on? All right. Sorry. You can place your love offerings in the glass jar on the table. If you are using a credit card, you can use the QR code on the screen to give your support through PayPal. Whether or not you are sharing a financial gift this week, we invite you to affirm a sacred exchange by placing a hand over your heart or using an affirmation token from the bowl on your table, which are really cool. We bless the gifts of our love and our treasure by affirming together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, give thanks, and am also glad. Our circle of generosity includes gratitude to every one of you who support Unity with their loving gifts. Our circle grows even larger as we share those gifts with others. As a tithing ministry, a portion of our tithes is shared with local charitable organizations that inspire and bless us. This third quarter, we voted to tithe to the Southside Community Kitchen. Now, each week they serve approximately 900 meals to hungry people of all ages. 900. And these are unable to physically prepare their meals, do not have the skills to prepare balanced meals, or are needing to stretch their limited resources. And right now, this need is particularly great. Let us bless the work of the Southside Community Kitchen and also appreciate our own blessings by singing, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
All right. Let us take a moment to deeply immerse ourselves in the gratitude by collectively blessing the gifts we have just received. Let us affirm together, given in love, received in love, we dedicate these gifts to do the will and the work of Holy Spirit, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. All right. Yeah, exactly. Dan said, phew. All right. On Tuesday, we are all invited to join Live Well and the Lansing community for the healing vibrations of a drum circle out by the pond. We will be using drums, rattles, singing bowls, chimes, your hands, your lap, it doesn't matter. Any other instruments that you can bring or share. There will be instruments available for you if you don't have any, or you just, whatever, doesn't matter. Everyone is welcome. No experience is needed. You don't need rhythm to experience this. You just need to experience it. Bring your open heart and your instruments and co-create a beautiful healing soundscape together. Because when you do it together, it is healing. That's all, right? The drum circle is free, and love donations are appreciated. It'd be great. All right. Breast cancer impacts both men and women. Coming up on Wednesday, July 29th, you are invited to tour the Comprehensive Breast Center of Health Sparrow in the professional building. This is a wonderful opportunity to see the latest tools available and to help protect us from breast cancer. So that's at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Next week is Discovery Sunday. Our monthly pre-service class in the Upper Lodge at 9:15 Sunday morning. This month, CJ Pratt is sharing insight into the beautiful and peaceful Baha'i spirituality. This tutorial class shares the fundamental Baha'i teaching, which is a path of service to humanity, upon which we each walk at our own pace, assisting and being assisted by others. And CJ Pratt standing right back there. Awesome. All right. Then, following next week's service is our Chillnick, our annual indoor potluck picnic with all the comforts of climate control. All right, I believe right there is the clipboard. Does anyone need to sign up? Most things are filled. There's a few open things if you want to bring something. Just sign up on the clipboard. But if you haven't, you don't need to. It's pretty full. We're going to be cool, right? Everyone is welcome to the picnic. And you know what? This is a great opportunity to invite friends. Bring them here. Let them see what we have. Let's feed them, right? Let's feed your friends. Let's do this, right? The new August Unity Pulse is on your table. It's not even August yet, but it's close enough, so it's on your table. Take it home. It has information about all the classes and activities, and there's a bunch of them at Unity. Take a copy of the Pulse with you for easy reference throughout the month. Now, next, prayer practitioners are available following today's service and every service to offer you individual affirmation prayer or heart energy prayers right up here in these chairs. Just come up. They love you. You love them. It's great. I will be in line, guaranteed. Just come forward up here by the lectern. All right. Welcome back to children. Do we have children in the other room? If so, bring them in. Keep going. Peace song. All right. Prayer, I choose love. All right. And now we're going to sing I Choose Love.
Yeah, please stand as you are able. Stay in your spot or form a circle around the room, whichever. Don't forget, holding hands is completely optional.
But fun.
But fun, yes. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to making
So close to a circle.
making our peace lozenge here.
All right, I got long arms. I'm coming. I'm coming.
All right, let's do
I
it.
got long arms. Okay, here we go.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present. It's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace on the planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. I choose love. We choose love. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.